All right. Well, hello, hello. I hope all is well today. I'm so glad to have taken on this new role. If you haven't already had a chance to meet me, I am probably one of the biggest cheerleaders and advocates for ABC since I joined. So hopefully, there's no other better for this position than myself. I'm literally just here for you. At the end of the day, I know what ABC brought to me, and I want to be that for you. So really in a nutshell, pretty much what I like to, kind of say is this is kind of our agenda for the day. I want to kind of give you a little bit insight of who I am and of course, really who I am for you. Really, why did we, break away the adopted states from the core states that had a certain number of memberships, so to say? And really the focus of my position of my new role for ABC is how can we grow ABC? How can we tell all your friends about us? How can we continue to nurture the relationships we already have? We're going to introduce a brand new, you are the pretty much one of the very first people to hear about our new positions that we have. And of course, I wanted to go over a few membership benefits and then, of course, open up to you guys. So again, the whole point of this is so we can connect with each other, whether you're in a state close to each other or if you don't mind jumping on a plane and hanging out with each other, which is definitely what some of us have definitely done on this call already. So without further ado, who am I? So I'm Jennifer Ball. I am located in North Carolina. I have been in the industry for weddings and events for 25 years. So this will be my 25th year. And I learn something new every day. So you can definitely learn something new. And no matter if you're just starting out in your career or you've been doing this for decades, there is something for you to learn. There's something for you to gain. And I'm a big believer that once you have that knowledge, that it is a gift and you should share it with the world. So I'm going to challenge you to do just that. I became a master wedding planner down in Mexico in 2018. I have been the state manager for North Carolina for at least a decade, maybe 11 years now. I quickly moved in. Once I became a member, I became very active. I became what used to be a local networking group, the LNGs leader for my area because I wanted to be active. I don't like to sit still. I love being a part of a community. I love collaboration and I love giving back to that industry and that community as well. And that's really some of my biggest goals for this role that I'm here standing in front of y'all today. Now, of course, um, probably some of the biggest questions that I've been receiving or some, I think, I want to say even pushbacks because a lot of people were very worried. Oh my gosh, such and such has been my state manager for all these years, and now they're no longer over me. I have that relationship. We didn't take them away from you. You can still have them. You can mentor them. You can still talk to them. We did not move them to a foreign country. We did not move them to another planet. They are still members, and we still want you to be a part of their lives. We still want you to go to their meetings. If you're closer to that state, go to that state's meetings. Go to that state's, webinars, their Zooms. We're not telling you not to do that, but what we are going to try to do is we want to grow you and your state. So the whole purpose of this kind of moving everybody under under two people. So Monica will have all of the state managers that have 20 members or more. And those that just haven't quite got there yet or just haven't learned what ABC is and how awesome we are, my goal is to really inspire you, encourage you, and hopefully grow your area so that way your community becomes one of those sought after communities and ABC is one of those organizations and associations that everyone around you wants to be a part of. And that's really what this is all about. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. It's not going to be easy. But I'm a big believer that as a whole and as us together, we can do an amazing things. What does that look like? That means, yes, one of the things I tell my students all the time is you can eat an elephant one bite at a time, but you can eat that elephant. So I want to think small. I want to think small things first, and then I want to grow to that elephant. I want to be so amazing and so powerful and so big that we are the king of the jungle. I want people to run to ABC. I want, as soon as we announce that we have a meeting, that people are going to it. I want it when people even think we know when we're having conference. They've already cleared 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of November off because they just don't know when it's going to be. And they want to make sure that they are sitting in those seats because they cannot wait to the new trends are, exposed. The speakers are giving all of those nuggets and pearls of wisdom. And all honesty, you already know ABC is more than just networking, and it's a lot more than just education. The main reason why I joined ABC is because it's family. 110%. I feel like it is my family. And since losing my family these past 3 years, ABC truly has become my family. You guys are the ones that kept me alive. You guys are the ones that kept me going. And I want you to grow that exact same experience and love for ABC in your community. So how do we grow your state? Honestly, I can't do this without you. We can't do this without you. And when I say we, the entire industry is counting on you. You as a member, we are looking to have you come in and be a part of something amazing. So I need you to be vocal. Don't keep your life private. Don't keep ABC a secret. It's the best kept secret. So start telling the world about it. I need you to start going on your social media and telling people about ABC. Are you a proud member? Do you have it on your website? Do you have it on your business card? Do you have it on your flyers? Do you tell people that you're a member? Do you tell them what level of membership that you are? Do you explain what that membership is? These are all the things that I need you to do to help grow ABC. But first, I want you to really think about your smaller hometowns. I want you to build those relationships. When COVID hit, what I did is I really reached out to my dear frienders, and I really encouraged to get to know them better as a person. Now, I didn't throw ABC in their face every day. I might have worn an ABC shirt. I might have had a logo of a pen. I might have accidentally left a pen with them. I'm going to feed them little breadcrumbs, but I'm also going to let them know that ABC is what made me who I am today because of that education and all of the amazing income that I get from all of our travel division, because I will tell you that is a great benefit for me and my business and my family. I want you to invite your friends to join. They may not even know about us. So I need you to be the ones who extend the hand and encourage them to join. Be active on our social media. Kathy is doing a phenomenal job. Kathy, I'm giving you all the praise. Thank you so much. I know for my adopted state, so to say, we were worried that we weren't going to get this information. We were worried that we weren't going to know what was going on. And Kathy, you have done such a great job making sure that we all knew what was going on, when it was going on, and where to find it. It's all in one location. So yes, some days we are very vocal on there, and you might have to scroll through a lot of little notes and little things because we are cheering each other on, or we're excited about having a local meeting. But that just shows how amazing ABC is, and we want you to be a part of that. Okay, so make sure you are liking because that helps our algorithms. So go on the pages, like them, follow them, comment on them. Again, that's how we push this stuff more. That's how it gets in front of people more, is that we're active. Make sure you're paying attention on our website. There is so much information on that. Your head is spinning if you haven't had a chance to go through it all. And the last but not least, what I want you to do in your state is I want you to encourage students. While we may be some of us may be old dogs learning new tricks every single day, one of the fastest growing industries in some of our colleges' campuses are hospitality, event planning, and tourism. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much everything ABC stands for. So why are we not grabbing these kids from the get-go? And I call them kids because I'm old enough to be some of their parents. But legitly, we should be encouraging them. I just sponsored one of my students this past year to be a member. So it's $75 to have them join. Why don't you offer a scholarship and have one of them join ABC in your community? It makes you look good on social media because you just gave something away to the community. You're supporting the local community colleges or your larger colleges. And it's a tax write-off because you are donating it to someone else. I mean, it's a win-win for everything. And not to mention, we're getting more members out of it and showing them how amazing we are. So I'm really excited about our new membership division, is what I like to call it, because there's not just one person. This is not a job for just one person. Um, Beverly did a great job. God knows I do not know how she did it all by herself. However, we've learned that it takes a village, and we have taken on that challenge. Monica is going to be the director of all the state managers that have more than 20 members. And then, of course, we have Miss Louise. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you being here. And she is over pretty much, she's helping Monica and myself kind of navigate some of these uncharted waters, and of course, how we can encourage and inspire you. So, Les, if you want to take a moment and say a little something, and maybe introduce our next big thing we're about to announce with ABC.
Thanks, Jen. And first of all, I want to thank you for taking on this awesome responsibility. As the numbers started to come together, we look at Jen and and I'm going to say Jen and I overlooking about 30 states, 35 states. Some states have a couple of people, some people are close to 20, but I thank you for your commitment to this, and I look forward to continuing to work with you. The role that I serve in Vice President of Membership is to, and what I've set as my goals for 2024 are three words: acknowledge, retain, and recruit. I feel that every member of ABC is worth the acknowledgement. We want to make sure that everyone finds a place in the organization that makes them grow in their businesses. Those of you that are on this call or on this Zoom and others, we want to keep you as members. So we actively solicit to hear from you what will keep you as a member. And then, as you're happy as a member, to go on and recruit others. We're looking to recruit corporate members so that there are more products and services that you may have to offer your clients and to help you expand with the services that we currently have. Um, as Jen has said, we in the past have had local networking group leaders that put together people to keep the group intact. Well, we've got something that's a little bit bigger, a little bit more exciting than that. And I'm going to flip it back over to Jen so she can tell you all about pods.
So in the past, we had what was called LNG, local networking groups. We are going to move forward with pods. It is professional opportunities developing success, because that's what we, at the end of the day, we want for you and your business and all of those that surround you is success. How do we get there though? We have to offer opportunities to get together, to collaborate, to learn, and honestly, just let our hair down and have fun. Because sometimes when we just get together and have those one-on-one little conversations, that's where the real learning and growing comes into play. So what this really is going to create is areas within your state. We want to remember how I said I wanted you guys to focus on your hometown, your area. I don't want you to focus on the whole state. I want you to focus right around where you are. What I would love to have is 4 to 5 members from each state. Hopefully they're spread out. If you're in the same area, I guarantee you, you may or may not run with the same people. You may have a different circle. Everyone has their own clientele. Everyone has their favorite frienders, their favorite hot spots, their favorite look, their style, their niche. all those things make who you are as a person. And that's what we love so much about you being one of our members, is that we all are individual and that we all bring something to the table. So what we would love for you to do is we want to find a couple of pod leaders. Now, what those pods leaders are going to be doing is they're going to just help raise awareness at first. You do not have to host big events. You do not have to host these big speakers. You don't even have to raise money in your state to try to build to do something bigger and greater. Now, if you want to, we can talk separately, and I'm all for that. I want you to start very small. Remember, we're trying to eat an entire elephant here. So we're going to start very small with little baby bites. I want you to just host a lunch or a coffee. I just did this yesterday and it was great. Now, while yes, I only had 3 people show up, that 2.5 hours was some of the best hours I've spent with other people in the industry. We talked about pricing. We talked about how do we increase our prices? How do we market? How do we find our clients? Where do we find our clients? What's worth it? That little power hour for lunch, which we literally met at a restaurant, we paid for our own food right off the menu. So we didn't have anything we had to pay overhead. But we got together and some of the collaboration that came out of it was incredible. So that's what I'm going to challenge you to do, is host a couple of these throughout the year. I'm hoping with every one of these, you'll just sprinkle of what ABC is. We can send you, I will be happy. We will mail you flyers. We will mail you information. We're actually in the process because, as y'all noticed recently, we got a new logo. We've got a lot of new information. We, of course, have eliminated any of the online application fee. So that's no longer there. So we need to update all of our material. We're growing to a new level. So once we have those, if you are interested in this position, we will mail you some of those packets. So that way you can start handing them out and start being pretty much one of our cheerleaders for ABC. We want you to encourage your frienders to join. Venues are a great place to start because we're really wanting to move across the entire country and the world. That venues should have at minimum that day of, month of event manager, because that makes their life easier, but that also guarantees us jobs. And that's where we want to work together and educating them and bringing them along to this amazing journey to make us both successful. I'm going to encourage you that every quarter, every season, that you write 2 handwritten letters to 2 venues, vendors, planners, whomever is not an ABC member, or maybe they were a past member and they just maybe lost their way. We need to bring our sheep back to our area. What I want you to do is I want you to write them a handwritten letter. I want you to encourage them, thank them for their friendship, thank them for their success, how they made you successful, but also how ABC has made you successful and how you think they could grow as a planner, a venue, a vendor, whatever, in ABC. That's literally just writing a handful of notes a year. Be active in your community. Are you a part of the chamber? Are you going to wedding shows, open houses? Are you going to other types of meetings like NACE, Cater Source, any of those elements? Talk about ABC. Now, you don't have to talk to your blue in the face. I mean, that is our color. However, I do want you to just bring it up naturally. Oh, well, I'm actually a member of the Association of Bridal Consultants. Have you heard of that? It's an amazing group. This is what we do. Our next meeting is actually blah, 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 blah. You should come. So again, I don't want you to make it such a huge campaign. I want you to feel natural because people are going to trust you. How many times do you buy something that your friends have? I mean, we'll put it out there. How many people bought a Stanley Cup in the last 2 months because someone else had one and it was the hot going thing? I want us to be the Stanley Cup. I want us to be the new hot thing. All right, because technically Stanley's been around as long as ABC has. Okay, so why are we as popular as a Stanley Cup? So Kathy, I need you to make me some kind of fun graphic comparing ABC and a Stanley Cup. All right. Now, again, these are how my mind just thinks. Sorry. But I want you to reach out to those local colleges. I want you to talk to their hospitality programs. Drop off some of our information and let them know it's $75 to join ABC. I mean, that's incredible. That right there alone is insane. I mean, I wish my membership was $75. So if I knew about ABC in college, I would have joined. I would love someone to sponsor me. I also want you to post on your page. So I'm going to challenge every one of you, and I'm going to do the same thing. The minute we get off of this Zoom, I want you to post on your personal page and on your business page. Okay. Because they're technically two different people follow those two different communities. I want you to tell them that you're a member, why you're a member, what you love about it, just something about ABC. All right. That you just got off this amazing Zoom and you are fired up for what this year has to bring, whatever it might be. But I want you to start sharing the ABC love with everybody. Okay. And then I'm going to encourage you to do it at least, I'd love once a week, but I'll go once a month for now. Okay. If you are interested in being a PODS leader, you can email me just because I want to get a really good idea of who's interested in being a part of this amazing opportunity and position. And of course, we will get together with you and help guide you, encourage you. And there will be a form both on the website, and I'm pretty sure Kathy will also upload it if she hasn't already to our Facebook group. So you can pull that file right off of there and you can download it, you can fill it out, and then you can send it to us. And then hopefully we can just grow your area. You do get a point towards, I mean, let's all level up this year. That's a point towards your next level. So I would love and encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity and bring people in your community to do what you already know. We just need to grow and tell people more about it. A few short announcements I just wanted to go over before I open it up to questions and answers and all the things is make sure that you are following Facebook, our private group, and also our Instagram. I know some people do one more than the other. So information will be on both, but we just want to make sure we're connecting you in all facets. Any of the other pages and other groups are slowly going to be disappearing over the next few days. We've given them until about mid-February just because we knew
What
some
party we
meetings were
starting?
happening at the beginning of February. And
Oh
we didn't
yes, I'm gonna go. Oh, it's
that
already
option.
12:30. We had a 12 o'clock with Chef.
And if you
So that's
can
why we
mute
didn't go down.
your video, that would be
At least
great.
that's why I didn't go down. I'm speaking for Lucy, but I don't really know her answer.
Can we get everyone to mute, please? So Jennifer can continue talking.
Thanks. We just have this recorded and we just want to make sure that we have all the great information out there. But we are excited that you have all these meetings coming up because if you are booking all these awesomeness, that means you are going to be staying a member for a very long time. And I'm okay with that. Now, of course, other things that I wanted to bring to your attention, if you have not had a chance to peruse on our awesome website, there is a member under your, there's meetings and webinars. That's where we are putting everything. If you are hosting something in your local area and you would like us to post it there, you can let me know. If you have a problem posting it, I'm happy to post it there. This way, Kathy can make sure it's getting out on the national level. So if there happens to be people just watching our pages, looking, or they're traveling, because that's the other thing. I love the fact that I was seeing members from other states attending other state meetings. And it was because they happened to be traveling in the right area at the right time and they knew that things were going on. So make sure you're spending a little bit more time in this meetings and webinars. If you click on that, it looks like a Christmas tree with all the things that are going on, especially for the next few weeks. So definitely keep an eye on those areas because that's where we're going to be posting when things are happening in your area or on a national level. If you haven't already, make sure you're updating your profile. I am getting some email addresses bouncing back, and it's mainly because either the address is incorrect. So I want to just make sure, put your information in there. This is how people can find you. This is how once, you become a larger state, this is how Monica will be able to reach out to your state. And of course, your state managers will be able to reach out to you directly and let you know some of the things going on. You also want to look at one other thing too that I know I wanted to touch base on this because this is one area that I know some people were worried about when they were losing their local page. They were like, what happens if I need an assistant on this certain day coming up, or that, I have this job available. Under your membership, there is a job board and a post a job board. So you want to make sure that you are looking in that area and posting in that area. So those are some big areas that you can take advantage of, either locally, nationally, or even if you're traveling.
Jen,
course.
we have a question. How do we find out if we don't have a state manager anymore?
So if you, most likely if you're on this call, I am probably your state manager at this moment, 9 times out of 10. There's about 14 states that have Monica as the overall state director, and they have state managers. And it also went out in the last newsletter. At the bottom of the newsletter, I think it was listed who the state managers were currently.
So yeah, if your state is not listed, then you're part of the members at large group.
You just have a bigger
we're just a
family, and
big
I'm okay with
state.
that.
We're a big state. Yeah.
They wanted the biggest cheerleader for the most amount of people. And so I'm taking on that challenge right now as we speak. So what questions, if you guys want to unmute, if you guys want to chat, I definitely want to open the floor up. If you guys have any ideas, is anyone interested in being a pod leader? Is anyone interested in maybe having a little coffee chat meeting in the next couple of weeks in your area?
Jen Michelle Phillips, who was the one who was just asking about the state manager, she's from New York. She says, does that mean I won't have events in my state anymore?
Yes, you will have events. It just will be member driven. So if you don't have a state manager running it and leading it, then I'm going to look upon you guys that if you want to host something, I need someone in that area to get with me so we can assist you in encouraging you in hosting something in that area.
Okay.
If I could add, Michelle,
Yeah.
in New York, there are enough members to have a state manager. We just don't have one right now. So a state, New York and I think New Jersey are both states that are eligible for a state manager immediately. So we will be establishing the pods, but also we will be establishing a state manager soon.
Okay, thank you so much. I just well, one, I wanted to know, but also I found that since I've joined, like when I looked for the events, a lot of them were upstate New York. I live on Long Island. I actually live closer to the Connecticut part than I do New York City, but I always wanted to go to the events, but they were always held hours away from me upstate, and it seemed that there wasn't many on Long Island.
Well, Michelle, would you be interested in chatting with me at a later date, maybe planning something closer to your hometown?
It's possible. I'm not sure yet. I have a 3-year-old at home. So it's possible, but I'd have to see if it would work out that way. But it does spark an interest.
Perfect. Well, you got to eat at some point in time. So hopefully we can talk about maybe doing just something to start small. Do a coffee run. When the summer comes, grab ice cream. If you want to grab a 5 o'clock drink on Friday, anything small just to get together for an hour, 2 hours to come together, see who's interested. And then maybe that could be a very small meeting, and then they can grow to a larger meeting in that area.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And it can also be on Zoom. I mean, you can start small, start wherever you are, however you want to do it. The key is to just start getting people together.
Okay,
We want you to
thank
connect,
you.
collaborate, learn, and grow.
Thank you.
I have a question. Just kind of wondering if like you mentioned that New York is eligible to have a state manager, they just don't have one right now. I'm in Massachusetts. I have no idea if we're eligible to have a state manager. We don't have one right now. What was I guess how if if the states are large, have a large enough membership, was there things that were happening behind the scenes why they didn't go out to get a new state coordinator for them, or are you trying to keep many of the states in this larger group that we're in? Like, I guess what is the reasoning for not having the states that are eligible to have a state coordinator right now?
If I can answer that, Jen. I think at this point we are 36 or 37, no more than 38 days on a tailwind of beginning the new ABC. So every day we are paddling to catch up with the demand of requests that are going on. In states that have 20 members, those will be the first ones that will be reaching out to those members. Matter of fact, there is something that's coming out very soon, very, very soon, that will reach out to states that have 20 members, states that have less than 20 members, to get some phoenix to rise from the ashes, so to speak, and apply. And Tracy, you had asked, is there a process? Yes, there is an application that you would complete and submit, and basically those that are the stronger would be ones that would be accepted as pod leaders.
And then those that are excited about doing it, but maybe there was someone else that either had a lot of hit the ground running ideas, those that were maybe showing more enthusiasm. We will connect you with those others that were interested, just so you guys can work together as a team and hopefully grow at a very quick pace. But ultimately, our goal is to find a handful of members in each state and grow in that sense.
I also have another question. How do we find out if we even have the amount of members that we need to be a pod leader? Because I know in New England, and I can, speak to Alexis and Leslie, that New England was all one. So now we're breaking out to like separate states.
Great
So
question. Yep, great question. Honestly, all I need is you to be a pod leader. Even if there's no one down the street that's a member with you, you are going to be the cavalry that are going to lead us to grow. So I actually, personally, I love the groups that have right at 20 members. That's great. I mean, we're just going to push them a little further, but I can't wait to watch these states that have 1 member, that have 2 members, that have 3 members. I want to watch those grow, because I can't wait to watch this little web just start growing out. And the ultimate goal is, so the way I kind of explained the pods, so to say, is Veronica gave me the challenge that she would love to kind of see us grow by 5 members by March. Okay, that's not too much, right? 5 members per state. All right. So if you already have 5 members in that state, some do, some don't. But if you had 5 members, that's already your core cavalry, so to say, your leaders. If each one of them convince one person to join ABC, because ABC is amazing and their best friend's already a part of it, so why aren't they a part of it? Then now, come March, we've got 10 members. We've already doubled our membership, just like that, because we brought one friend with us. Have another meetup this summer. Sprinkle that ABC goodness throughout your conversations, your social media. Make it natural. Make it where it almost sells itself without you forcing it upon someone. It's kind of like when you're drinking something, you're like, well, what Kool-Aid are they drinking? I want some of that. We want them to know what Kool-Aid we're drinking, and we want them to be a part of that. So we're hoping by August, we're at 15 members per state. Okay, that's starting to sound pretty good. So then we're hoping by the time we go to conference, every state is at 20 members, and I have nobody underneath me anymore. I know it's sad, but I'll have North Carolina, so I'm not going anywhere. I have my own state, and I'll go back to just taking care of them. Okay, but right now, my sole goal is to cheer you on, encourage you to tell all of your friends, because I don't know who you know. I can't, if I call up your friend down the street, hey, photography friend Joe, or hey, DJ John, or hey, planner Jane, they don't know me. They're not going to join because I tell them how awesome we are. But if you talk to them, they're more likely to join. So I need you to bring all your friends with you to the party.
Jen, there's a
Also,
question.
Tracy, what you also can do is you can go into the ABC portal, ABC membership, and you can put in, for example, Vermont. And what will come up are all of the members who are in Vermont. So
Okay,
you
that's
can,
what I, yeah, thank you. That's what I
yeah,
was,
you can,
that's what I was looking for.
yeah,
So we
you can
can,
see
so I
that.
can nurture whatever relationships are still there.
Mhm.
And, you know, reach out to them. Great, thank you.
Jen or Lois, this question is from Ron. He's a brand new member. He joined this last week from Puerto Rico. What he wants to know, and he's trying to take all of this in, but his question is, what is the purpose of the state leader or coordinator?
So my purpose as a state manager for the last decade was to offer educational opportunities and networking group and really just be, I don't want to say an expert in the community, or I want to say that I knew a lot that was going on throughout North Carolina. I was well versed in what North Carolina had to offer the industry, but I also had a very good knowledge of ABC and the benefits of ABC. So my goal as a state manager was to nurture those relationships. So Ron, you have an amazing, amazing state manager. Sorry is one of my best friends. So you are in the best of hands down for sure. So I would say reach out to Sorry. She will help nurture you in your journey. And that's really what a state manager is there to do. Is we're there, your good days, your bad days, the ugly. We're here to cheer you on and everything in between. So that's what your state manager should be doing. Right now, we don't have that. So I am that for all of you. So if you have questions about, client issues, event issues, I do not know all of your state's rules and regulations. So I may put you in contact with other people in your state to ask those questions. Like a big question that someone had, I think in Indiana or Colorado recently, was about the flames, and flames were no longer allowed, open flames. That was a conversation that state needed to have. So that's a great conversation to open up a Zoom, have one of these coffee chats, and really open up those communication gaps that we haven't had in the past. Any other questions? Any other ideas? Anybody have an idea for their area? Casey?
I actually just kind of have a question. So I'm in Oklahoma and I'm like the sole Lone Ranger here. So, the idea of doing like the pod leader and getting other people recruited and invited, has always been something I've been interested in doing. But I guess my question is, for people who are not wedding planners, I obviously have a lot of vendors that I work with on my events and stuff, and I would love for some of them to join ABC. And so I'm great on that part and advocating for that. But I guess my question is, what the value that I get from ABC might be different than like a photographer. So I guess my question is, how do you promote ABC to those who aren't necessarily wedding planners? Is like at conference? I know it's always geared towards anyone, but kind of narrowed to, wedding planning specifically, but obviously you can get things out of, a lot of conversations. But what would be like the biggest benefit for non-wedding planners to join ABC?
That is a great question. It honestly was one of my top goals when I became a state manager. My biggest thing is that I tell non-planners, so to say, is that there's planning involved in every aspect of the industry. But honestly, I can't do my job well if I don't know their skill sets. So it works better if we're all working underneath the same ethics, we're all going by the same education, and we're all collaborating together, networking together more often. So I actually encourage, I think North Carolina, we had almost a 50-50 ratio at one point of planners and non-planners that were members. And it was because I was pushing and nurturing my personal relationships. I love this photographer. You should be a member because I get all these great benefits. I also hear a lot of vendors who talk about, I wish I had more money, but I got to go get this other job. And I'm like, does your clients go to Sandals? Do they honeymoon? Yeah. If you did one of those, that would probably pay your mortgage. All of a sudden, the light's gone off. Mark, who is a DJ, Joel, who is a DJ, they sell sandals all the time. They sell hotel room blocks. They're making lots of other money. So if you tell them there's other ways and other benefits, they will attract to some piece of that puzzle. Not to mention, any of our webinars can be for anybody, not just planners. That education is so valuable in any level of the industry. And that's how you want to sell that. Great question. I saw some other questions pop up. Any other questions?
One more quick thing. So you said that the registration right now, that fee is waived?
Yes, there is no longer a registration fee on online. So there are flat fees to join. ABC is all about the love for February. So we are encouraging you all to, one, how many of you guys have members on your team? Raise a hand. Do you have a member on your team? Or not an ABC member? Do you have assistants? You have an assistant? So you're telling me y'all all show up to a wedding by yourself? Okay, one, we need to have a webinar on that if you're showing up to a wedding by yourself. But number two, your members should be auxiliary members. Your staff should be auxiliary members to ABC. They should be learning that same education and safety as you are, because you can't be in all places at all times. So I'm going to encourage you to also have your team members join. I literally paid for 4 of my staff members in December. So that way they all could get the certification. They all could get the same education. They could watch the webinars. They could join. I will pay for them to go to ABC meetings if they do certain things, or if they come out to open houses or wedding shows. That's my way to give back to them. But they're becoming a better assistant to me on wedding day. And I'm also growing ABC&C. It's a win-win. So I'm also going to encourage you to have your team members join, because I made sure all my team members were CPR certified. I made sure that they were all ABC members. That were my core. Now, if they were my assistants of the assistants, then they may not be a member yet, because they may only work 1 or 2 weddings a year. But my core team, they're all members. So five of my KYU team is an ABC member. And I'm going to encourage you guys to do the same. Any other questions? Well, I'm super excited.
While they're thinking of questions, I just want to share with everyone that you may not know that February is National Weddings Month. And it was initially created by the Association of Bridal Consultants. So now's the time to share the fact that it's National Weddings Month. You know it, tell it to somebody else. And then celebrate it in all of the things that you are stating in social media.
Love it. I didn't know that ABC started that. That's kind of cool. See, learn something new every day.
I do have another question. For the approval process, how long, if we apply, how long would it take before we get any type of notification if we're approved or not?
Really, we just want to see those applications to come in. I'd say maybe a week. We want to see if others are coming in as well. But in Natural Source, my goal is to get you in that position as quickly as possible. Personally, I would love for you to be out and be on the front line and sharing the great news of ABC. So there's not going to be a long turnaround. And like I said, there can be more than one. I'm looking for multiple pods throughout the state. And then if we have lots of pods, then I may talk to one of those pod members who had a really great application, so to say, and go, hey, so your state now has like 6 pod leaders. Can you be my pod advisor to encourage them? Because again, I can't do it all. ABC can't do it all. So I need help. And I'm asking for help. I know that's probably one of the hardest things to do, is to ask for help. And it's probably one of the most prideful things to do, is say, I can't do it alone. And so I need you. So Casey, even you solo in Oklahoma, by April, I want to have 2 Oklahomas. All right.
All right, I'm on it.
See, I didn't say 100. I just said I just wanted to double your numbers by April.
Got it.
All right. So everybody on here, I'm going to say, I hope you reach out to a friend, reach out to a vendor, reach out to, this weekend, I am writing at least 10 to 15 letters to 10 to 15 different venues. And I'm going to send them information about ABC. I'm going to send them about stuff about my company, and really just encourage them to partner with us and be a part of ABC. All it takes is a handshake and a question. The worst thing they can tell you is no, but if you never ask the question, they'll never become a member. Well, I just want to say, I thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. I am here for you. If you're not already friends with me on social media, please follow me on Facebook, Jennifer Lloyd Ball. I would love to connect with you. Feel free to slide into my DMs anytime you are having a good day, a bad day. I am here for you. I want to cheer you on. I want to be your shoulder when you have a difficult client, and when you can't tell your client how you really feel. We can chat it out. All right. We all have that one. We'll work through it together, but at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. Let's get this thing together and let's grow ABC. My challenge is to double the membership for ABC by the time we go to conference. So I hope to see y'all. If you haven't already signed up for conference, I'm gonna need y'all all to go online and sign up for conference. All right. Don't hold back. We definitely look forward to seeing you there. And if you are looking to host a lunch or a coffee or anything in your area, even if you're not a pod leader yet, and you're just like, you know what, I'm motivated, let's do this, send me an email. I will put all the information in Membership Works. I'll make sure Kathy knows all the information, and we will truly light up those calendars like Christmas lights. I want to see them so full. There's so much you can't go anywhere in the world and not see something with ABC going on.
And there will be something on National Wedding Month, either later today or tomorrow. But I've been working on a conference reel that is taking a really long time. So it'll be up. So all you have to do is push share and stuff, and like and engage, but we'll make sure there's something there for you.
And as a tag
Awesome.
along, as VP of membership, I am open to everyone at all times. So don't feel that, I'm somebody that's up in the rafters. Holler out to me as well.
I'm loving to see all these people. I'm seeing all the places. I mean, we have Canada here. We have Jamaica here. We are New Hampshire, New York, Puerto Rico, Wisconsin. I mean, we have people all over the world on this. I mean, look how powerful that is. That's power. That right there is power. So I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for being a part of today. If you guys have any questions, concerns, reach out to us. We're here for you. And I hope you guys have a successful weekend. Bye,
Thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Happy birthday, Tracy.
Jen, Lois, and I are hijacking the end of your call here. You
Go
can
ahead.
stay too if you want, but
Okay. Do you want me to make you a host?
no,
Okay.
I think we're good. Like, we just have to shut it down at the end.
Okay.
Whatever's easiest.
Okay. 'Cause I
We're
think this is
talking
on
corporate
Zoom.
memberships for a sec.
Okay. I'll make Lois a Zoom, because if bump off of there then. And let me stop the recording too.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.